Hey, welcome back. So the source for today is called Boga Gyunluk, which translates to Taurus Daily. Now, right off the bat, let's be super clear. This has absolutely nothing to do with astrology. Nope. Instead, it's all about that bullish persistence, the way we hold on to things in our lives. And it gives us one single question that can help us find some serious clarity.
We all carry stuff with us through life, right? Responsibilities, goals, relationships, the usual. But a lot of the time, the heaviest things we're lugging around aren't the ones that people can actually see.
And these are the ones we're talking about. The weights we don't always acknowledge, sometimes even to ourselves. We're talking habits, old stories we tell ourselves, those silent obligations that kind of shape our days in ways we might not even realize.
Okay, so let's get into it. But first, why do we do this? Why do we cling to things that might be holding us back? Well, a lot of the time, it's just the comfort of what's familiar, even if it's an uncomfortable familiar, It's that fear of change or that feeling of, oh, I've already invested so much, I can't walk away now. The source material today gives us a single, really powerful question to just slice right through all of that noise. Think of it like a lens you can use to bring your own life into sharper focus.
There it is. Does the thing I'm holding on to nourish me, or does it stop me? Just let that sit for a second. It seems like such a simple yes or no question, but wow, the implications are absolutely huge.
And what's so interesting here is just how broad this idea of holding on really is. It's not about physical stuff. It could be that morning habit you have, a friendship you've had for years, a limiting belief about what you're capable of, or even just a memory you keep replaying in your head.
All right, so let's use these next few slides to do a quick little inventory as we go through them. As we go through them, I just want you to see what clicks for you. No judgment here, okay? Just some gentle curiosity. What are the things you might be holding on to?
Let's start with the everyday stuff. Is it a habit? Think about your daily routines. Is it that first hour of the day you spend just scrolling on your phone? Or maybe that specific way you unwind at night? Are these patterns actually serving you? Are they giving you energy and setting you up for success? Or are they just patterns? Just motions you go through without thinking that might be costing you more than you think.
Or maybe it's a relationship. This could be anything, a friendship, a connection with family, even a professional partnership. I want you to really think about the energy exchange here. When you leave an interaction with that person, do you feel lifted up, seen, inspired? Or does it feel like you're constantly pouring from an empty cup, leaving you feeling kind of drained and just a little bit smaller?
Okay, and this is a big one, a belief about yourself. Maybe it's a story you've been telling yourself for years, that you're not a creative person or not a leader, or that you just can't do something you've always deep down wanted to try. Take a second and ask yourself, where did I even get that belief from? And more importantly, is it actually true today, or is it just a heavy story you're choosing to carry around?
And finally, could it be a memory from the past? It's not always about the bad stuff. Sometimes we hold on to our past successes so tightly that they actually stop us from taking new risks. Or we cling to past failures and we let them define what we think our limits are. Is there a moment from your past that's calling the shots in your present more than it should be?
So let's move to the second part of that question. Once you've kind of identified something you're holding on to, the next step is to get real about the impact it's actually having on your life. And this lays it out so perfectly. You've got two possible outcomes. On one side of the scale, you've got nourishment, things that fuel your growth, give you energy, create freedom, and help you move forward. And on the other side, you've got hindrance, things that lead to stagnation, exhaustion, restriction, that feeling of just being stuck. In this framework, there's really no middle ground.
So what does nourishment actually feel like? Well, it feels like inspiration. It's that relationship that leaves you feeling energized after you talk. It's the habit that is clearly moving you closer to your goals. The bottom line is, it just feels right. It brings this sense of peace, this feeling of alignment.
And the opposite? Well, the signs that something is hindering you are just as clear, if we're being honest with ourselves. It's that feeling of being drained, that little bit of anxiety that creeps in when you think about it. It's that inner voice that whispers, stay safe, don't try that. And a lot of the time, it just feels like a heavy obligation, like a weight you're carrying for reasons you might not even remember anymore. Asking the question and figuring out the impact is super powerful, but the real magic, the real transformation, happens when that awareness turns into a conscious choice. This is where clarity leads to action.
So here's a really simple path forward. First step, notice. Just acknowledge what you're holding on to, and do it without judging yourself for it. Second, evaluate. Honestly use that question as your tool. And third, Decide. This is where your power is. You can choose to consciously recommit to it, knowing that it nourishes you, or you can make the brave decision to gently let it go.
And look, we have to be real here. Letting go is almost never easy. It can be scary. But the whole point of this exercise isn't to force you into a difficult choice. It's to give you the gift of clarity. Just knowing where you stand, that's the first and most important step of all.
So, as we wrap this up, that question isn't just a concept from this explainer anymore. It's for you, right here, right now. Take a look at the things you're holding on to, ask the question, and then, with this new clarity, what will you decide?